Hello, I'm Plato Novo, and this is another video for the 2019 Relay for Life Home and Garden Expo. This video is going to cover blogger boxes. I'm sitting in front of one of the nickel spaces at our demo mall. If you went to one of our meetings, you probably were brought here to take a field trip to see what this space is going to look like. At the end of the video, I'll pull the camera back so you can get a little bit better view. But this was the nickel space, and let's see here. So what we're going to do is, when you come to your space, if you have a nickel or a copper, you're going to have a building set up for you, a specific size building. If you have a bronze, silver, gold, or platinum, you're just going to have an open parcel of land. You put your own building on there. You can make an open garden. You can make any kind of area you prefer, any kind of area you want. All of these are going to have one of these signs, and it's going to have your store logo on it instead of having the Home and Garden logo on it. So this is something Carrie puts out. You can't move it. It's stuck there. It's where she puts it. This is going to start out that way, but then you're going to buy it for 0 lindens. And once it's in your name, before you set anything up, do this immediately because you'll regret it if you don't. Open it up. Go to the General tab. Look for the description. It says right here, it says your store name here. Replace that with your store name. Do that first and foremost. All right, that's my store name, so it's in there. If you don't do that, then you might accidentally be giving out blogger boxes that say your store name here, and then the bloggers will have no idea who they belong to. So do this first before you set anything up. Just hurry up and do it. If you look in the contents, you'll see there's just one script. No big deal. So normally the way I do things, and everybody does this differently, but I have a delivery box, and if I make an item and might have a note card with information, I have my store landmark, those sorts of things, I'll put all of it into one delivery box. Then I'll put that delivery box into a vendor, or I'll put that delivery box into the marketplace. And the customer, when they purchase the item, they get the one delivery box. They open it, creates a folder in their inventory, done. Other people have items that are floating around, and they'll end up giving an entire folder. For everything else, just about, it doesn't really matter what you decide to do. But for these blogger boxes, there is a difference, and it is important. You do not want to have just a delivery box. You want the items loose inside the box. And this is a little bit different from what some other people tell you about these things. So that's even why I'm stressing it even more, because I'm not used to doing this myself. So I will find my delivery box. This is the same item I was using earlier for my is my fake donation item. I'll res it down here. I'm just going to open it. You can see the item instructions on how to use the item for the customer, and then my landmark. And you can put whatever you want in here, your store, your decision. But copy this into inventory. This is what the note card for the customer would look like. It's instructions on how to use the lamp. There's a texture chart, just information they might need. I'm going to delete delivery box. Now, hold on. All right, so this is the new folder that was created from that delivery box. And you can see it has all the same items in it. I've gone ahead and updated this some, and I have the changed version down here. You don't need to worry about this folder name anymore. I put my store name at the beginning of the item just so that if it somehow gets moved around in the blogger's inventory, they're still going to know what store it is without having to res it. I also changed the name of the note card to explain what the item was, what event it was for, and my store name again. This has changed now. Everything below this dotted line is going to be what the original note card was. And it says, below is the info customers receive. That's if the blogger needs to figure out how to use the item. They have the same information you gave the customer. But it is separated so that the most important stuff is up here. One thing I forgot to put, and this is also very important, you need to put the event name. So for my Relay for Life home, whoops, Home and Garden Expo donation item. So that tells them the name of the event. Then you have your ad photo. Hopefully you have an ad photo. It's just something so that the blogger can open a photo instead of having to res the item to see what it is every single time they're curious what's in that folder. It's not, it's not mandatory, but it's very useful for them. It's very helpful. And again, as I mentioned before, it has information in it. So if this gets separated, they know where it goes. Also, you need to go to your store once we get the Sims and people start setting up. Go to your store and create an SL URL, and that's this portion here. What this is you stand at the store, you go up here to the white line. It's in both Firestorm and in the SL viewer. It should be like that. Copy that line and just paste it here. I put my store's landmark here straight out of the box that you saw before, just to show the difference. This is landmark. This is the SL URL. You want the SL URL. You do not want the landmark. So go to your store and make an SL URL for your store also. That's going to be helpful because when they paste things into their blogs, this SL URL will create an immediate link that goes straight to Second Life. If you give them a landmark, they have to open it, they have to figure out where it is, they have to maybe go to it and make an SLULR. So just go ahead and do it for them. It's so much easier to do that. I have information on like my store's Facebook page, my Facebook page, my Flickr page, what tags I prefer. This is also really important so they can be sure to tag you. And so you'll know it's there. Email is for, the only reason I have this here is if, bloggers are busy, store owners are busy. If we keep missing each other and we need to get in contact for some reason, there's an outside way for them to get a hold of me. Also, my marketplace link. This is probably overkill for this particular event, but if they come back and find this in their inventory in, say, 6 months, and they're curious what else I have, they can go to any one of these links, my marketplace, my Flickr, whatever, and scroll through and just kind of get an idea. And then have a very polite thank you and your name. One thing I do not have on here, because it's in my vendor pick, is information like the land impact or the permissions of the item or special features. Maybe you have materials enabled. Maybe the textures are baked. Maybe it's 100% original mesh. Maybe it's it's specially scripted. Those are sorts of things that you could put on your ad pick. You don't have to, but they need to be here for the blogger to see so that they have that information available. So I'm going to click Save. So I did change it a little bit. Close that. So now you have the item and you have the new note card. We're going to grab the blogger box and open it. And we're going to put both of these loose into the blogger box. So if you are an artist and you have an artist space, you're done. That's all you need to do. If you're a store, you need to have 2 of these. So assume I will have had another item that I did the same thing with, pulled it out of its delivery box, changed the information, put it in here. Other items that you could put in here are really anything that you're donating any type of sales to Relay for Life from. So gotchas are 50% donation items. You can put your gotchas in there. Please make them copy versions, not transfer versions. And that's just to keep everything safe, because transfer versions can be sold. Our bloggers are pretty trustworthy. We've picked the best of the best, but we still want to protect your work. So copy versions for gotchas. And you can put, if you had 50% donation item vendors out, you can put those items in there. You might want to mark which ones are 50% donation items and which ones are the exclusive 100% brand new items. And lastly, if you did any of the limited quantity breedables or furniture or whatever you decide to do for that, if they are limited quantity to you also, you could just add a photo, maybe the ad that came with the item, or a photo that you took, just something to give the blogger an idea of what's in there. They may not be able to use your photo, but they may mention it in their blog text, so that's still useful. I think that is about it. We can't stop you from putting other items in the blogger box, but if you do, please mark them clearly. Please say these are not donation items, these are not new and exclusive, or they are new and exclusive, but none of the money goes to Relay for Life. Just to separate them, we do have certain shoppers that come and they want to give money to the charity and they want to get something in return, meaning an item. So if they come and it's not in a donation vendor, they might get a little irritated. I don't know, but it's just something to consider. So this is all done. And you've changed the name of your blogger box. Everything's set up and ready to go. Each of these blogger boxes is going to have a whitelist in it. And the whitelist will have the URLs of all of the bloggers in it. And it also has Carrie's, Revan's, and mine. I really wasn't sure why they put mine in there because I don't plan on collecting these. But I was told it was for when I make the video so that I could test it. I'm currently unavailable, and so I can't click it right now. Let me turn that off. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've turned off my unavailable status. I just didn't want interruptions while I was making the video. Since my URL is in the blogger box, I can walk by and click it. And I will get a folder. You open up your thing, and as you can see, it is named exactly the way the description was named. So let's say Carrie does one. It'll say Expo 2019 ampersand Carrie. If Revan does one, Expo 2019 ampersand Prime. So the blogger will have all of these together. They're not going to be scattered all over their inventory. It's going to make things much, much easier for them to blog, and it's going to help make sure that your items get blogged. And of course, you open it up. It does not give out the script. It only gives out the items that you put in it. And as I said before, these boxes are scripted for the bloggers only. So other store owners cannot come and get your items. I don't think Carrie, Revan, or I are going to go shopping that way because we do want money to go to the charity, but nobody else is going to be able to click this except for bloggers and approved bloggers at that. They have to be on the white list. They have to be approved. So this is basically everything involving the bloggers box. If you have any questions, you're welcome to contact me. You're welcome to contact Carrie Ray or Revan Araska. And speaking of Revan, she was very kind to give me a copy of this lovely chair that she made. And she also made the buildings that the nickel spaces are in, which is what this is. Let's zoom out somewhere. Isn't it adorable? It's like a little cardboard cut out of a house, except it's not cardboard. But I just think these are adorable. So these are going to be the nickel size spaces. To the right here we have some of the coppers. This is an information space to the left. You'll see all of this when you get to the malls and get ready to set up. And then get to wander around and shop at all of your friends' stores. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact one of us. Feel free to write in chat with your question. We've all been new to this event before, so there are no stupid questions. I promise there are no stupid questions. And everyone that I've met for the event so far has been extremely nice and wonderful, and I'm sure they'd be more than willing to help you if we're not around. So that's about all I can think of. I'll probably be back with another video soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.